So I have two ways of flat ironing. One for hair cutting and then one for like the finish result. And this one is really for the haircut. I'm going to do a dry haircut. This is the one that I've done. That was kind of the Sonic Youth kind of inspired one. So that is going to be up on my YouTube. So let's go ahead and begin. The way I like to do it is I like to section the hair in those three floors like I usually do. I'm going to start in the basement. I did go ahead and pre-blow dried just a little bit using a mousse. I use the Platinum mousse and then blow dried that in. And then I'm going to use a combination of like a wet hairspray. So like I'm using Perfect Hold from J Beverly Hills and then a shine spray that has silicone. And I like to use one that has silicone because I like to cook it in. Everybody says that silicone is really bad for you and bad for the hair. Well, my recommendation is don't eat it and don't put it in your chest. I like the way it cooks. If you don't like it, don't use it. But I do love it. So what I've done is I've taken diagonal back partings. I'm using a wide tooth comb. My flat iron is all the way up and all the way hot. And if you notice that when I am utilizing my comb and I'm taking my sections, my flat iron is shut. I grew up in the South, and my father always used to tell me, like, I'd run outside and leave the door open, and he'd always used to tell me, "What are you, born in a barn?" And it was because I was heating the outside, cooling off the outside, if you will. That's kind of my philosophy with flat irons is that if you keep that mouth open or if you keep that flat iron open when parting or when sectioning, you're going to cool your flat iron off. So if you just shut that mouth or shut the doors of your flat iron, you'll be able to flat iron anybody's hair. It doesn't matter if it goes up to 450 degrees or if it goes up to 100 degrees. So here I am. I just took diagonal back partings on the back in the basement, and now I'm taking diagonal partings through the main floor. And it's diagonal back. And the reason I like to take diagonal back partings is because I can cover more area. When I take a horizontal or if I take a diagonal parting, or if I take a horizontal or a vertical parting, what happens is it tends to like leaves marks where a diagonal parting will diffuse very nicely in the head because it is a round surface. So I like to use diagonal back partings. So here I am on the other side. Again, diagonal back parting using my clip. A little bit of Perfect Hold hairspray, which is a wet, like pump hairspray. And then a little blast of Shine Mist, which is just your Shine product. And lead with your wide tooth comb. If you also notice that when I'm working, I'm not holding the hair out from the head or like elevating it at all. I'm trying to like hold it right where I want it to live. So I'm not trying to get any volume. And by doing this, what it's going to do is it's going to like make a lot of those flyaways lay flat, as opposed to when you stretch the hair out from the head at like a 90-degree angle, you're going to get the hair to stand up. That's what you're doing is you're flat ironing the hair to make it stand up. So, when it stands up and you try and like collapse it, you're really kind of going back on what you just told it to do. So you always want to flat iron it towards the direction you want it to go. So if you want it to lay flat on the head, lay it really close to the head or really close to the face. If you want more volume, come out a little bit. So I would like to work all the way across the head, and I like to crisscross through the back just to make sure that one side was correct, really. I always say if at first you do succeed, try not to look so surprised. So here I am through the top. I sectioned out my fringe, or my what I like to call eyebrow curtains, adding a little bit of hairspray and Shine Mist. And I'm not going to go up from the head or out. I'm going to go down towards the face, like right along her nose. And that's going to make those fringe stay really nice. I'm also eliminating any sort of part line because the haircut I'm going to do on this mannequin head next has no part really. If she had a distinct part, I would work on her part now. There I am, not opening my flat iron whatsoever. I'm keeping that mouth shut. When I used to own a beauty school, I used to yell from my office, "Keep your mouth shut." And clients always used to get pissed off at me. They didn't know that I was talking about the flat iron. So I just keep working towards the back, diagonal back partings. Real time, this takes me about 11 minutes. I'll go through flat iron, one blast of hairspray, one blast of shine mist and flat iron, do my haircut, and then I may go back and flat iron one more time. The flat ironing that I'm doing when, before a haircut, I do like smaller sections. The flat ironing that I do when it's a style, like I'm sending it home for a client, I might use a little bit larger sections, and I might use like a larger brush, like a vented brush, or like a Paul Mitchell 413 brush, which is the wider tooth vented brushes, or like a Demon brush almost. So continue working. So please, if you will, if you are enjoying these videos, please subscribe and share. I would really appreciate it. I'm just doing this for free and I'm doing it for fun. There we are. Pretty good flat ironing. I hope you guys like it.